Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another great edition of Blue Ridge Silverhound. So let's talk about coin grading, okay? This day and age, okay, if a coin doesn't grade high on the totem pole, high mint state, depending on the series, sometimes that might be about uncirculated, okay? It should even be in the conversation. So that's kind of how the market's driven. That's how prices are reflected in a lot of the series. The higher the grade of coin, the most money that it'll make. Take for example a absolutely beautiful proof 70, I believe it is, 64 Kennedy half dollar with the accented hair that recently sold for ungodly amounts of money. Well over $10,000 for a coin that customarily you can find in a proof set and buy the whole proof set for under 20 bucks. Okay, that's one such example. There are other condition type rarity examples. Mint State 67, 1950s Lincoln cents is another example of coins that if it's not graded high enough, like a 67, it should even be in a conversation. Okay, as far as supreme, what they call registry type coins, stuff that's really going to set the world on fire. Well, we're going to talk about a new fascinating type of set collecting that it's probably been around for the last 10 years, but it's really now starting to catch a lot of popularity in the coin world, and that's what they call lowball collecting, lowball or pocket piece collecting, finding the absolute most honest worn coin with readable dates that have no problems whatsoever. Okay, so what I have before you is a 1800 Draped Bust cent that, as you can see, really there's only a few devices on this coin that's easily recognizable. That's the date, number one. You can tell it's 1800. You can even find the variety Sheldon number on this with ease. I don't know what it is, but you can see a little dot and a zero right there. That's one of the distinguishing markers of this specific variety, but that's a different conversation altogether. But as you can see, this thing is worn slick. This thing has probably spent many lives in vest pockets, chaps, pants, satchels, maybe a wallet here and there. There is a reverse, non-existent. Okay, so why are we talking about these type of low ball, quote unquote, maybe crap coins to a lot of people? Is that there's a new type of collecting that's registry driven, like through PCGS or NGC, where they actually have sets called lowball. And typically this would be your garden variety $10 coin. Okay, you'd find it in a swashbuckle of other different coins, maybe some foreign material, and just some little plastic tray. Okay, it's only good for new collectors that want something cheap but also fascinating. Believe it or not, some of the most lowest of the low ball coins, pocket pieces, have sold for money that probably rivals mint state coins. Okay, this coin right here is an example. Now, traditionally a low ball coin wouldn't have any problems. This one has a light scratch that goes here. So if you were to grade this coin through any one of the grading services, it probably wouldn't grade cleanly. It would come out to poor 1 is the lowest grade in a coin with a scratch. Okay, if you're really into registry building, okay, and trying to compete with other sets on, say, PCGS or NGC, this wouldn't fit the bill as far as a clean graded technical type coin. But it's a great example of what a low ball is in collecting. And some of the most popular series right now, and it's all reflected on the PCGS website as far as a low ball set, are your Morgan dollars, your peace dollars. The big silver coins are especially hot right now. Here's another copper coin. This is actually a 12S. Okay, that's a low ball. That might grade cleanly. Okay, it's just got honest wear. It's got a little bit of crud, you know. Typical. Now, this isn't super low ball for a Lincoln cent that it could be. This is probably maybe an AG3 or a good. Okay, low ball is poor or fair condition by grading standards. Usually a lot of the devices on the edge of the coin would have disappeared into the rim. Okay, and that's typically what constitutes a low ball. Okay, you would still have a readable date, much like on that large cent that I pointed out. But we have that. Buffalo nickels, tough series to grade in anything lower than good because of the way the date is offset high onto the shoulder of the Indian of this coin right here. However, I could tell you on this coin, this is a 1913 type 1. In spite of the fact that the date is completely obliterated on this example, this coin is probably an AG3. Okay, so that's how tough it is to get anything less than an AG3. Now, how I could figure out that this is a 1913 type 1 is the buffalo is on the raised mound area, which is only on one year. It's a 1 year type, 1913. On the type 2s, so that's the 1913 type 2s and up to 1938, the buffalo is on a mound, but it's got this line right above 5 cents. This one has no date. If it's not distinguishable, it's not really a low ball coin. I mean, it is a low ball coin, but if you were to grade it, it would come out no date. It wouldn't be any good on a registry set. Now, the fascinating thing is you don't have to just do the registry, which is, it's pretty fun, you know. And these coins can get pretty pricey. You know, for example, some of the lowest low ball type coins, especially the Morgan and Peace dollar. And I'll show you this one. This one's really neat. This is one I've been working on for about the last 6 months. Keep it in my pocket. It's been wearing down. This started life out as an XF, and it's been since the beginning of the year that I've had this in my pocket, you know. And right now, right now I would say this is right around an AG3. You still have lots of detail. The one is completely missing, you know, for the mere fact that it's worn into the rim. Excuse me. Now, on this coin, this rim over here, where you have this open field in this area, that is easily obliterated. Same with this one over here. You can see the hair curl on the back here is starting to kind of make its way into the fields of the coin as far as kind of like feathering out. A really neat specimen. But this is one of your more popular low ball sets. Now, like I was trying to say a minute ago, you don't have to do the registry competition through PCGS or NGC. You could simply put a whole album together. Try and challenge yourself to find some uncleaned, problem-free examples, okay? And stuff like this is cheap. Okay, if you're able to find them in scrap silver little trays or whatever at your local coin store or at a coin show, or maybe even online somewhere, you could put together a really nice low ball set for next to nothing. The Peace Dollar series is a very short series from 1921 to 35. So it's only a number of coins, but there's a really nice registry set on PCGS. If you ever have the time to take a look at it, he's got all of the images. They all grade poor 1 and fair 2. They're amazing. On the reverse, you have a lot of the legend right here. The United States of America and E Pluribus Unum is starting to make its way into the rim of the coin. It's starting to kind of get lost in there. So is the 1. A lot of the feather details on the reverse eagle almost gone. Amazing. And then this is where it says peace right there. It's almost gone. You could make out the C. In the bottom part of the A, there's the mint mark. This is a 22D. I think in this date and mint mark, there's maybe 2 that grade a pour 1. So I'm trying to aim for that pour 1 grade and then send this in for grading. It's going to take a little bit longer, probably another 6 months or so. But yeah, this is a really neat, fascinating inclusion into collecting coins. If you're not into spending oodles of money trying to get the highest grade that you can afford for the money, okay, and then you want to do something that's really attainable. Typically, I wouldn't talk about lowball coins, but it's starting to become popular. It's talked about all over the chat boards and everything, and I'm going to be putting together a set of the peace dollars only because it's really fascinating. Remains to be seen if I'm going to get these graded, but we're going to be talking about $25 a pop for economy submission. It probably wouldn't make any sense unless I know I'm aiming for that pour 1 grade. But man, pretty neat coins that have spent life out in commerce through regular use. It's probably been some, during the Depression, these have been sitting, in some guy's pocket, as a good luck piece. And, the amount of hands these things have changed is remarkable, to say the least. So there's a lot of history tied to these lowball pocket pieces. But anyways, I'm glad to have talked about this. Sorry to make it such a long-winded type conversation because, it's exciting. It really is. It's the least expensive entry point into coin collecting, and I'm glad, to have brought it up. Okay, so thanks for watching. More stuff to come, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you. All right, take care.